Good afternoon, folks. This is Marius from mariuslandman.com and from the Twitter handle landm_Marius. You will find us here under landm_Marius. There's a lot of fake accounts. What they actually do now at the moment is they use my same photo, the same heading. And what they do, they use Photoshop and redact all my tweets and post them out as if it's from me, and it looks extremely bad. Oh yeah, here's a nice little tweet. Just gonna have a look at that, and this shows you the Bitcoin path. A really interactive, great tweet. Now, let us just quickly get back. What I want to focus on today, quickly in this report, and I'm only gonna set, let's say, around about 7 minutes to go through this video here quickly. I want to discuss the Wyckoff theory, where we've got the phase A, phase B, C, D, and E. And you'll notice that yesterday or in the last 48 hours really, we sent out report number 25. In this report we talk about a potential drop, and that drop did happen because you can see we've got a fractal here, which is the V-shape, the double head, and the drop. The same here, V-shape, double head drop, V-shape, double head drop. And what we said is be careful, there's going to be a drop, and we send that report out to our followers. And what has incidentally happened is that indeed that Bitcoin literally had a drop exactly as we said, right at that level. So it came down all the way there, and what we now also are saying is that the low that we got to, and I'll quickly get into that. So there's two things I want you to understand here, is that we call the low to be 6550. It actually went down to this little level, which is 6432. So we are calling now for the low in Bitcoin. We don't believe that Bitcoin will go a lot lower. Yes, it can still break down and come between this purple line, but we don't think so. We say the low is in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to add it here under our tweet here, 1 2 3 4 5. We're going to put 6 up there and say we call the low of Bitcoin on 30 March 2018 at 6550. Okay, so far this year we've called every single high, every low, guys. We've been correct. Our timelines may be off, but I tell you what, if you just stick with us, we are going to make a lot of money this year. Just stick with us. Now, what we are saying is the Wyckoff theory is going to play out like this. This line here is where we expected it to go, but because of the lot of infighting with the banks, like you saw the Australian bank yesterday, 1.7 billion in exchanges that they put in, they're fighting to come in low. They don't want to pay $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. They want to pay $4,000 and $2,000 and $1,000, even want to get it for free. That's how the banks are. Now, the over-the-counter money all over the world, there's money pouring into Bitcoin from all over the world. These banks are fighting amongst themselves, and this is why we said yesterday that this market is going to drop down, and then we're going to have a sideways movement that's going to last for 7 or 8 days. Interesting actually is that this phase A took 7 days, phase B took 17 days, 7 days again, 7 days again, and 7 days again. Okay, so we are now exactly on this phase here, just finalizing phase C, heading into D and then into E. So expect a sideways movement for the next 6, 7, 8 days, and we expect a surge in price here from 12, 13, 14 and 15 April. Unfortunately, guys, we don't make time. God makes time. Bitcoin runs his own time. That's how it is. Okay, we can provide you with a trend, and we can tell you where that trend is or where that trend is going, and according to that you can make money. One other thing that I just want you guys to also consider, have a look here. We've got a PM blog here, which is called the Premium Members blog. You can log in and register it there. Let me just log in. It's going to ask for my details there. Just log in. You can only see that if you are a premium member. Okay. So once you go there, I'm going to go to the blog, and here's the blog. What is really important here is that I put down my trading notes here. Okay, as you can say that I said that just before the drop happened, that when it reaches 7.2 I'm going to sell 65 to 86% of my portfolio, and then when it goes further I'll sell 100%. Right now at the moment I've sold 100%, and I've just starting to buy back now again, so that saved me 10%. What you guys need to understand is that last year I made 3,000%. 3,000%. This year so far, I'm up 340%. When I sold my entire portfolio, even with Ethereum at a loss of 22%, which I incidentally just bought back now at a lower price, I still made 17%. This year alone, I'm going to make 3,000% gain, folks. So get your membership perhaps. It's so cheap, $24, $25 a month, or you can just pay for the year. You can also pay by using coin payments. You become a member, you log into the account, you get into PM, you can actually access all this information that we speak about. But let's just quickly get back to this report number 26. I'm going to make that available to everybody. So what we are saying is that we still expect the 11,000 range. That's still in play, and then after that the 14,000. We said that 6550 was the low point. The only people in the world that have called for this and putting their head on a block and say that is the low. And the amount of hate that I get on Twitter for that is just incredible, folks. You know, stop doing cyberbullying. Work with us. Go with the flow. Let me show you how we get there. Because once you understand the data that we have, which is world-class data, I input the data into a proprietary system that we developed, and it kicks out a whole bunch of behavioral standards. We overlay that on an Elliott wave theory. It kicks us out a 3D model, and it predicts the future trend. That trend is pretty accurate. We can't be 100% accurate because of manipulation in the market, but once you follow what we do, we get out on the high, we buy back in the low. That's how we're going to make our 3,000%. A lot of people are wondering how are we going to make the 340% that I predicted that we're going to make. It's very easy. If you follow me on Premium Members blog, you will see how I do it. Bitcoin will only go up around about 190% to the next high where it starts flattening down. And remember, I said between June and July, I'm going to get out of the market completely, and I'll get to that point and put that into a report once we get to that level. But to make the 340% is really easy. Get out in the high, buy back in the low, and you repeat that. We can identify those highs, the lows, more or less. The highs are easier to identify. The lows are a little bit more difficult because it can also cat bounce the whole time. And with this manipulation, you have to be so careful because the banksters like the low numbers. That's where they get in, because they've got time to run it out. And that's why I constantly say to you guys, to everybody, just be patient. The banks are patient. We need to be patient as well. We can't do anything about that, you know. And yeah, right here, exactly. Again, do understand that we provide a trend, and to quantify the date and timeline is the most difficult to do because of manipulation in the market. Okay, but eventually it's going to go up. Now, what I want you to understand is that we are now in Wyckoff scenario, or schematic 2 and 1. We are now actually combining those two, and this is actually, it's a very rare event that we have where these two are actually combining. You can see this schematic number 1 has got the spring built into it, and spring is basically, if I zoom into this, just want to show you what we mean with the spring. Spring is when it reaches a low like that, and you get like a fountain type where the water sprouts out of the ground and creates like a fountain. So that's what we call spring, and that's how you identify one of the trends in the Wyckoff theory, where you get spring, it retests the lows and it goes up. But in this one here, this schematic here, you see that we actually go sideways, and it's a combination of schematic 1 and 2 that we have now, that we are in this phase now with this Wyckoff theory, where, or the Wyckoff phase, where we're going to go sideways for 6, 7, 8 days, and then we're going to move up, and hopefully we'll reach that 11,000 target that we've been targeting now for 2 or 3 weeks. So okay, where's the document number 26? So what I want you to do is to go and read phase D, read the information what we state there, read phase E there. We are now in this phase here where we accumulate. It's going to go up to market or mark up. We haven't even touched that yet, and then we, here in June, July, we're going to get over the top, we're going to get out of the market, and we'll actually follow that same path again where they accumulate again, and the next move then is going to be something really dramatic. So the potential pattern of play is this green line here, and again I say potential, we hope that will play out. This gray line is now dead, that has moved on. So folks, yeah, I'm going to release report number 26 on the website, together with the information with this video, again, what you need to do is to go and get the membership so that you can see what we do. It's $24 a month. It's really cheap, folks. It's just a drop in the bucket. You know, this information that we are providing to you is worth thousands and thousands of dollars, and there are subscribers that we have that actually pay a lot more for our data. What I'm slowly doing is to bring this data over to my website, mariuslandman.com, to help the little guy. And you can still get a lot of this data for free if you're clever enough just to go and search around. But for those people who want these kind of results, where I buy, where I sell, etc., etc. As a matter of fact, I've just started to buy Ethereum back again and a whole bunch of other coins now. I literally saved myself a 10-11% drop, got in on the market. So basically I use my money again and buy coins, but this time I'll have more coins. So don't get socially attached to your coins. You're in this to make money. I also don't disregard people who want to buy and hold. That's also a good strategy. Like, for example, I've got a client in India. They're from a village in the south of India, Punjabis. Everybody in the village gave $10, $15, $20, and they managed to get about $11,000 together. We bought them 1.2 Bitcoin. I locked up their account, and I basically said to them, just helping them basically, and I said to them, okay, your account is locked up. We're going to get back to this account once we reach $60,000 in Bitcoin. So go away. You know, just come back when we reach that target. So there's nothing wrong in you buying any coin now. Well, not any coin, but you have to be careful what you buy, but specifically Bitcoin. And remember, guys, this is not financial advice. Totally not financial advice. You know, this whole entire video, all my reports, my entire website, it's not financial advice. Okay, I'm just making this video. You don't have to watch this, but don't come back and tell me that you told me to buy and I lost my money. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. I'm more than happy to help anybody all over the world, any villages. I'm for the little guy. I want people to make money. And I told these people to get back in when Bitcoin reaches 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000, and they're going to make a lot of money again. So folks, yeah, read our reports carefully, help each other. Again, you know, there's nothing more I can say about the timeline. All I can say is, you know, the banks have got all the time in the world. You need to be patient as well. I'm patient. Last year I made, as I said, I made 3,000% gain. This year I'm already up 340% in my portfolio. I'm going to make 3,000% again. Last year I only traded 92 days. I was patient. There's a lot of days that I sat out for weeks that I never entered the market. Okay, this year may be the same. We pounce when we need to pounce. We take profit when we need to take profit, and eventually you double your money from 100,000 to 200, 200 to 600,000, 600,000 to 1.2 million, and you keep on doing that till you break through. You never ever give up, and you never ever walk away from good deals. You plan your plan. You plan your strategy. You take that plan and you follow that plan through. One of the plans that I have for you is, look, I follow my own reports. We write our reports. I follow my reports. I follow these results. I study my own reports. I do what my reports say I should do. And I work out my plan and I follow it. Right now this says it's going to go that way. If it doesn't go that way, I bring out a new report and I say, right, this has happened, realign the strategy and work out a different plan. One thing is for certain, that Bitcoin is going to go up to 11,000, then it's going to go up to $14,000. It's a matter of time. These banks can't keep fighting. Two things I want to let you know. We're the first in the world to call the low in Bitcoin. The second thing is, I tell you now, within 6, 7, 8 days, yeah, around about 12, 13, 14 and 15 April, we expect the market to move up to reach that 11 and eventually the $14,000 goal. Folks, thank you very much. I'll upload the report 26 for you. Have a blessed day. Keep faith. Stay strong. Be patient. Love you all.